Welcome back to Training Module 2, the My Life, My Plan Workshop Agenda and Activities Overview. Let's review the agenda for this module. In this video, we will cover an overview of a typical workshop, review of materials and activities, and how to locate additional resources. First, let's take a look at an overview of a typical workshop. You'll notice right away that most of the activities are very short in duration. The workshop has been constructed in this way as to get a lot of information across in a relatively short period of time. It's an opportunity to get the students thinking. Don't worry if you're not able to completely finish an exercise with your students in the allotted time. Plans have been made with the school or organization for the students to continue working on this throughout the school year. Now let's take a quick tour of the workshop. In your workshop training materials, you have received the workshop information document that provides the address, parking, and building entry instructions. On the day of the workshop, once you arrive, sign in and then look for a seat with the Reserve for Coach sign. Towards the beginning of the workshop, you will have an opportunity to introduce yourself to the students and participate in an icebreaker activity so that everyone can get to know each other. The Icebreaker Challenge is to find something that you and any of the students assigned to you all have in common. It's a great way to start off, especially if you happen to be working with students that at first glance seem very different from you. Next, the facilitator will show a video called Did You Know?, which shows how quickly information is evolving and how technology is reshaping how we live and work together. If you get a chance, check out a preview of this video by going to the YouTube address listed on the screen. This sets the stage to introduce students to the concept of career clusters and show them how to make good career decisions. If time allows, the facilitator may even play a quick round of career cluster bingo. This team activity will have you and your students working together to try to match job titles to the career cluster they belong to. Keep in mind that many jobs can fit into 2 or more clusters. This will be a great chance for you to make sure that everyone in your group is getting a chance to actively participate. After these first activities, the students will be divided into 2 groups for the breakout sessions. As a coach, you will remain in the Career Cluster Assessment Room, and your students will rotate between working on their assessments and career plan guide with you and participating in the Wisconsin's Got Talent activity, which features an in-demand industry in our region. Once the breakout sessions have concluded, all of the students will convene back in the main room for a quick presentation from a school counselor about courses and extracurricular activities that they can take in high school. You can help them integrate this information into the next steps plan they will create at the end of the workshop. If there is time, the facilitator may guide you through a quick round or 2 of coach interviews. This activity allows other students in the room to ask you questions. That way, students are able to learn about the jobs of multiple coaches. Now that students have had a chance to explore careers, the facilitator will take you and your students through a couple of activities to look at post-secondary education options. You can take a look at these activities by going to the mylifemyplanwi.com website. Finally, the workshop will wrap up with the students outlining what their next steps will be. It's important for you to give input and guide your students in taking everything they have learned and come up with a plan that will get them on the road to success. One last note on workshop activities. We require that all student and coaches complete an online workshop evaluation at the end of the session. The students will rotate between working with you on their next steps and going back to the computer to complete their evaluation. Also, please take a few minutes before you leave to go to the computer and fill out your coach evaluation. You can access all of the workshop materials and activities by going to the mylifemyplanwi.com website. Look under the Workshop Documents for Printing tab. Remember, there will be a facilitator present to guide you and your students through all of the activities, so you only need to have a general familiarity with the materials. You can also access additional coach resources on the website under the Coach Tips and Resources tab. Here you will find specific strategies for My Life, My Plan activities, as well as links to other websites on employment projections, college preparation, and working with youth. You're not required to read through this material, but we certainly encourage you to utilize all these amazing resources. That's it for Training Module 2. In Module 3, we'll give you more specific information about the career assessment you will be using as specified in your workshop information document. Finally, most workshops offer an in-person training session option 30 minutes prior to the beginning of the workshop. We encourage you to attend this session if you have any further questions. And of course, you can always email us with questions using the contact information on this screen. Thanks again for becoming a My Life, My Plan career coach. We look forward to seeing you at the workshop.